Hey guys, it's LordStarscream100, and here I am. Really, you don't see me that often, I know that, especially making update videos like this, which I basically never do. I was going to do a Christmas special this year, but when it came down to it, I just didn't have the time, and I can't remember what happened last year. I think I don't know, I was lazy and I didn't get around to doing it. So this year, it's a different story. I really just didn't have the time, because I've been working on so many different things. So, right now, I'm basically just making a New Year's update video. It's New Year's Eve right now. I'm talking about stuff that we've done this year, stuff that my friends and I have done this year, and stuff that we are going to be doing next year in terms of our movies. So there's a bunch of different things I want to talk about, and I'm going to start off with something that I know right off the top of my head. Brent Miller, voice actor for Zane in the Ninjago TV show, held a contest back in September, I believe it was, of this year, in which he was allowing people to get their subscribers out to vote for them, so that he would co-star in one of their Ninjago stop-motion animations. So, me, of course, I'm working on a trilogy at this point of Ninjago movies, and I'm like, oh, I definitely want him in it. That would be fantastic. It would be a huge honor. So I got my subscribers out, and within a couple weeks, we won the contest for the smaller channel. He was picking a big channel to win the contest, and a smaller one. It was like a smaller channel with under 5,000 subscribers, and we got the smaller channel award, so that's awesome. Really, thank you guys so much for that. I think we got around 60 supporters or something like that. I was telling my friends, just get together, go on YouTube, go out and vote, and really we managed to pull it off. So thank you so much. Brent, if you're watching this, I'm going to get you your lines as soon as possible. I'm still writing the film script. It's been taking a long time because I've been rewriting it so many times. And that usually doesn't happen, but for a movie like this, it's a big movie. I'll talk about it more in a few minutes, but letting you know right now, it's got a really big story. It's got a lot of characters, new and old, and I'm just trying to get it all together, and I'll make it a huge mess. So, thank you guys, all my supporters, whether you voted or not, my subscribers, thank you all so much for your support. And Brent, thank you very much for holding the contest, and I look forward to working with you on Ninjago Age of the Golden Master. So reflecting a bit on 2016 and the movies we made throughout the year, really the first big movie we made this year, or finished making, was Ninjago Rise of the Great Devourer, or Ninjago 2 for short. So I had been working on that movie since July of well actually no, it must have been longer than that. It started airing on YouTube July of 2015. There were a lot of delays in the editing process, and I finally got it done in March of 2016. So I was so glad to finally get that done. I was editing hundreds of video clips a day, just trying to get the movie done as soon as possible, and finally the last part of the film came out in March. And that part of the film has actually, up to this point, gotten around 320,000 views. So I'm very glad it got that much attention. And I have you guys to thank for it, and I have a couple 100,000 other people to thank for it as well. So thank you guys so much, and I'm glad to have gotten the movie done. Next up, Jurassic Shark 3: The Revolution. Oh my god, did that movie take a long time to make. Seriously, we were working on that movie. We started making it in December of 2013. I think that was like the last time I sat down and made a Christmas special like this. So we started making it right after we finished Jurassic Shark 2, in terms of just getting the basic story ideas together. And after that we started filming in May of 2014. And that was the first time that I worked with Ryan Bowman, Dakota Markle, a couple cast members who I have worked with many times since then, stretching all the way back to May of 2014. And we finally finished the movie on Christmas Day. That was the day that the fifth and final part of the movie was released. Ryan Bowman, who I just mentioned, was editing some parts of the film, namely the final battle, and that took some time to edit because he was really busy with his own things. So I'm just so glad to have gotten that done because it took so long to get the movie completed. All in all, it was a learning experience, mainly for me as a film director, just getting to know basic filmmaking techniques, how to get a story together. Jurassic Shark 3 is done. Jurassic Shark as a series is done. I am very, very thankful for that. Thank you guys for all the support for that series. That was my first live-action series. So thank you guys, all of you, so much for your support. Thank you so much to the cast members, both the young and the old cast, for your continuous support that went on throughout the whole series. The third big thing from this year is Breadcrumbs 3 Scrub Slam. That movie, oh my god. We spent May and June making that movie, planning it out actually beforehand, and that's the formula for a breadcrumbs movie, is you don't really plan it out beforehand. For some reason we established that idea that you just improvise everything on the spot, which is a fun thing to do. It can get a bit out of hand, and it did get a bit out of hand with the third movie, but all in all, personally I like the way it turned out. It is the finale of the series, the final installment. There were 3 breadcrumbs movies and 7 interquels, like spin-off movies, all like in total. So I'm very happy with the way it turned out. It was a long movie. It's like 74 minutes long, something like that. The first movie was like 4 minutes long, so a bit of a difference. I think it's funny, I think it's very well paced, and if you have a chance to just sit down for an hour and watch it, that's what you should do. So those were our 3 big projects of this year. Some of them we were working on a bit last year, and even before that in the case of Jurassic Shark 3. We have 2 other big projects that we were working on this year, neither of which have been released yet. So the first one that we're going to talk about is The Legend of the Creepy Guy in the Woods, aka Creepy Guy 4, which some of us call it for short. It does have a bit of a long title. The movie is, as you can probably tell, the 4th installment in the Creepy Guy in the Woods series, which is a series of short films that started in December of 2013. And it ended with the 3rd movie in June of 2014. So that was over, or just about, 2.5 years ago. In November of 2015, I officially decided that we would resurrect the series with a full-length movie that would serve as my high school graduation project. Not only is it very different from the original trilogy, which again was a series of short films, this is a full-length film. Not only is it different from the original series, but it's much, much different from all the other movies we've made. Jurassic Shark, Ninjago, Bionicle, everything that we've made, it's much different from that in terms of its story, its tone, the visuals. I'm going to be composing a completely original soundtrack. I've been spending the last year just writing themes for the movie for the characters. I love playing the piano, and that's really helped me to write the themes. And it's all come together right now. I'm in the midst of writing the score. It is taking a bit longer than I anticipated. The movie was set for release this month, but mainly due to the score writing, just writing all the music, I had to delay it to early 2017. So that is currently our goal, is early next year. The other big movie that we were working on this year is Ninjago Age of the Golden Master, or Ninjago 3 for short. It is the sequel to Rise of the Great Devourer, the second movie. And I have been working on writing the movie and casting the voice actors for the movie for, I would say, casting the voice actors for the later half of this year, and writing went on throughout much of this year, like after editing for the second movie finished. So that's really all that's been going on in terms of that. I won't reveal any big story details right now. I'm going to be talking about a couple of the film's cast members in a few minutes. In terms of the script, which I'm still in the middle of writing, I think it looks great. Again, I'll talk about it more in a few minutes. The Legend of the Creepy Guy in the Woods is set to be the first full-length live-action movie that we have been working on outside of the Jurassic Shark film series. Gabe Sagarian is set to return in the film's leading role. He will be returning to play the character that he played throughout the original trilogy, so it's great to have him back on board in the center of all the action. So he's going to play a pretty interesting part in the movie, no spoilers. On the other hand, Austin Brenzer is going to be taking over as the Creepy Guy in the Woods. It is a part that I originally played in the original trilogy, and the reason that I'm not coming back to play the character is because, as the director, I wanted to be behind the camera as much as possible. I wanted to ensure the cinematography is as good as it could possibly be, and I feel that really Austin being in the part has allowed me to do that, and him being in the part of the Creepy Guy has allowed the character to really be developed much more in this movie. Now, if you remember anything about the Creepy Guy, in the original trilogy he just runs around, he beats up people, he kills a few people too. In this movie you're going to learn some very, very interesting things about him. No spoilers again, but you're going to see some pretty interesting things happen with his character. Dakota Markle will be playing the Demon, who is a mysterious new character. He's dressed in all black, he's got like a black face, if you can even call it a face, and he really looks as creepy, if not much more creepy, than the Creepy Guy himself. Next up we have Alex Finelli, who will be playing another one of the movie's new main protagonists. He plays a very cool part in the movie. He becomes closely affiliated with Gabe, and he really just helps move the story along. A big thank you to Alex, because he was giving a lot of rides to the cast members over the summer so that they could come and film the project, and really that helped move the production along a lot faster, so Personal thank you to Alex for that. Thank you very much. Next up we have Eric Corbatti, who is playing another new character in the movie. He previously only had minor roles in the Breadcrumbs series. So in this movie he has a very big role, and he's got a very interesting character as well. I'm trying to keep everything a secret until the movie comes out, because we do have some very interesting characters, both new and old. So we also have Chris Lombardo, who is playing a character named Chris, and Sean Larkin, who is playing a character named Sean. They are supporting characters in the movie who become just involved with the movie's plot. So I believe that's it. So it's Gabe, Dakota, Austin, Alex, Eric, Sean, and Chris, and me. So the 8 of us have been working together on the project as our graduation project for high school. So once we're done that will allow us to actually graduate. So it's a big deal in many ways, you know, being a movie that's very different from all the other ones we've made, and as our graduation project. So all in all, I think the movie has a lot to offer. I think you guys are going to love it. If you're not a fan of Jurassic Shark or Ninjago, or even the original Creepy Guy in the Woods series, when you watch this movie, you don't have to have watched the original trilogy in order to see this one. I think the movie sets it up very well so that you don't have to have gone back and watched the original 3 movies. So next up we're going to talk about Ninjago Age of the Golden Master. Now, I have not revealed any details about the film story. What I did reveal is that the movie is going to be following the story that was basically all the way back from Season 3, rebooted from the TV show, and it's going to contain elements from that all the way up to Skybound, which is Season 6. A few elements of Skybound, but rebooted, Tournament of Elements, Possession, those are the 3 main seasons that the movie's story is going to be taking after. One big thing that I really need to talk about, because this really makes up a lot of the movie, is the cast, the voice cast for the movie. The cast for this movie basically doubles in size. We've got a ton of new characters coming in, and we've got a lot of new voice actors coming in as well. So starting off, we're going to talk about who is joining the cast as the new main antagonists. So first off, we have Rob O'Dyer. Rob is going to be taking over as the Overlord in the movie. The Overlord in the second movie was voiced by one TJ Mac 12, who did a fantastic job with the voice for the Overlord, but for this movie, I'm looking for a bit of a different voice for the character that I really needed someone like Rob to undertake that. So he's done an awesome job creating that voice for me. Rob is also going to be voicing Master Chen in the movie. He did an awesome job recreating his voice, adding his own little touch to it, own little spin to it. So he's voicing Chen and the Overlord in the movie. We also have Joe Newman, who is joining the cast. He will be voicing General Cryptor and Klaus. Now, with Rob and Joe and the third person I'm going to announce, I asked the 3 of them to try and recreate the voices of these characters to the best of their ability. Third voice actor, who I actually cast just a few days ago, is Yamato Guro. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his name. Yamato Guro is going to be joining the cast as Moro. Now, he did a fantastic job recreating the voice. He even added his own, ghost kind of sound effects. It sounds... The vocal effects sound exactly as it does in the TV show. With the voice, Yamato Guro put his own spin on it, sort of like what Rob O'Dyer did with Master Chen, but it sounds fantastic. So those 3 voice actors and the 5 parts I just talked about, they all sound great. They've done a fantastic job with their auditions, and I'm very excited to be working with them, as well as, if I may mention again, Brent Miller. He will be playing a resistance soldier in the film who is allied with Ben Delmar, the current police commissioner of Ninjago City, who sets up this kind of little resistance group, this group of freedom fighters, if you will, and Brent's character is a part of that group, and he has a very nice part in the film. No spoilers for his part either, going back to Creepy Guy 4, no spoilers. He has a very nice role in the film that I think you guys are going to really enjoy. I'm not announcing any details about the film story just yet. You can probably guess about what a couple of the story details might be. What I do have to say is all the concepts in the movie, whether they're original, like I came up with them, or they're concepts from the TV show, from rebooted Tournament of Elements or Possession, they all blend together really, really well. The characters, the locations, the stories, the objects, everything blends together so well. So, no story details as of right now, but I will keep you guys updated on that. As for filming the movie, I was going to start filming the movie, I guess in November, sometime late this year. I knew that I was going to be filming it during the winter time, but it's really cold out. It is really, really cold out. And while I can handle that, it does get a bit extreme at times, just filming outdoors, no matter what you're doing or how long you're out there. So we'll see what happens in terms of when I'm going to film the movie. But As of now, there is no definite release date. Hopefully it will start airing sometime in the near future. I can't confirm anything right now, but I will keep you guys as updated as possible with little hints and stuff, teasers of what's going to happen in the movie. I'm hoping to get some kind of like little teaser trailer out at some point, but if it means anything, I will show you guys something right now, something I think you will really enjoy, and that is the new version of Destiny's Bounty that I created for the movie. So let's take a look. Alright, so here we have the updated Destiny's Bounty. So this model, it's a bit larger than the one that appeared in the first two films. There's a couple parts of it that came from the Destiny's Bounty set that was released last year. For instance, the mast and the cabin back here, which does have some custom built parts on it, you can see. I'm probably not going to go into a lot of detail about it, but I will tell you guys a few details about it. I tried to throw in some details from the TV show, just little details like the two brown sticks coming out of the top there. You got these guns on the side. I think there's like blasters on the sides of the ship in the TV show, so I added those back there. And also these three sets of guns on either side. I really tried to keep a consistent color scheme with this model, so you guys can just take a look at it and enjoy. Trying to add in lots of details this time around. So that is what Destiny's Bounty is going to look like in the movie. There's a lot of other custom models that I made. I'm not going to reveal anything else right now. Just going to have to wait and see for when the movie comes out. I am not sure when it's going to come out. Again, I will keep you guys updated just like I'm going to for Creepy Guy 4 in terms of the release date. So just stay tuned and we will see what goes down. And that is all I have to say for right now about The Legend of the Creepy Guy in the Woods and Ninjago Age of the Golden Master. So now we're going to talk about a few smaller projects. And then at the end I have a surprise. So, Pizza No Come. Have you heard of Pizza No Come? Pizza No Come, Pizza Might Come, Pizza No Come, Pizza Might Come, The Pizza Cometh, and Pizza Origins. Those are the 4 short films that we released this year for the Pizza No Come series. This series of short films is set to continue on to next year, but right now we're working on getting the series' actual story together. Figuring out just what is going down in the series. If you've seen any of the installments released this year, you saw a bunch of different things go down, and it might seem like a whole other Breadcrumbs universe to you. And that is what we are honestly trying to avoid. We want to make a funny series, but we want to make something that's not just random goofy stuff that's being thrown on screen, improvised on the spot. We're going to figure out a story for this series, and then we're going to keep on going with making the short films. So you guys, wait and see what happens with that. It should be pretty interesting, it should be fun, and that is all I have to say about Pizza No Come. I think it is going to be very interesting, so stay tuned for that. Alright, I think this has gone on long enough. I do have one more announcement to make. It's a bit of a surprise announcement. I'm debating whether or not to make it. I'm gonna make it. So back in 2014, after we made Breadcrumbs, we decided that there would be 3 sequels. One would be released 2015, end of our sophomore year, 2016, end of our junior year, and 2017, end of our senior year. We made 3 movies, main movies in the Breadcrumbs series. We are considering on making a 4th Breadcrumbs film. Now, what I'm about to say is not confirmed. I should not say it should not be taken with a grain of salt either, but we are strongly considering on making a 4th installment, a 4th and final installment in the Breadcrumbs series. I personally think Breadcrumbs 3 turned out fantastic for the most part, a bit disheveled in some parts, but all in all, I think that it really brought a fitting end to the series. But at the same time, with Breadcrumbs 2, we promised to tie loose ends. And behind the scenes, we promised to do the same thing with the 3rd movie. Many things were left open. Just many parts of the story that were built up over the course of the 3 movies and the spin-offs and interquels that were released. We feel there is a need for a 4th movie because there's stuff that was left unfinished. So if we make this 4th movie, I don't know exactly when it will be made. It will likely be made by summer of 2017, so within the next half a year. We do have some ideas for the story that are coming together. In fact, I will let loose one little detail right now. Michael Berenshauser, who played one character in one of my movies, a very small character who appeared for like 20 seconds, if that. He had a small role in Breadcrumbs 2 as this guy. This is the Pale Man. The Pale Man is a villain in the United Bread Nelson Villains Association. Michael has said that he wants to join the cast of Breadcrumbs 4. In fact, he is one of the reasons that we're considering on making a Breadcrumbs 4. So he's going to play a very interesting part in the movie should it come to fruition, and we will see if that's the case. So we got Michael on board. I know a lot of the cast members want to return because I've spoken to them about it. We will ultimately see where it goes. Whether you're interested in Breadcrumbs or not, I think that we are going to try and make this movie a fitting conclusion to the series. Potentially shorter than the third movie. Just keep things condensed, get the story together, and bring a fitting end to it all. So that's the idea. That's Breadcrumbs 4 Pizza No Com. That's all I had to talk about for tonight. I think that's all I have to talk about. Alright? If I have any other updates, I will give you guys updates, whether you see me talking or it's just a slideshow, text scrolling by and you read it. Either way, you will hear more updates from me on all of our projects. Ninjago, Age of the Golden Master, Legend of the Creepy Guy in the Woods, Pizza No Com, all of that. Breadcrumbs 4, I don't know. But we'll see what happens with all that. So stay tuned. The Legend of the Creepy Guy in the Woods, I'm just letting you guys know that is more likely to come out before Ninjago, Age of the Golden Master. Because I'm basically done filming The Legend of the Creepy Guy in the Woods, and I just want to get that out. So Ninjago, Age of the Golden Master, really, it's still in the writing stages. But it is getting there. It is definitely moving along very quickly, and it's very strong, as is Creepy Guy 4. So again, we're going to get that out before Ninjago 3 likely. And again, we'll see what happens, you know, we'll see what the future brings, we'll see what 2017 brings. Thank you guys for a great year. I think we're about to reach 4,400 subscribers on YouTube, which is fantastic. Thank you guys so much. I wish I said that at the beginning of the video, but thank you all so much. It has been a fantastic year, and I look forward to giving you guys many, many more films, much more entertainment in 2017. So thank you all so much, have a nice night, and I will see you all next year.